So this is sketching polynomial functions. I need to sketch the graphs of each polynomial function using the roots of the functions. And so the functions are presented to me in factored form. And so to get the roots, you're going to set each factor equal to 0. And so for number 1, I have x plus 3 equal to 0, and x minus 5 equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 3 over, and I get x equals negative 3. This one I'm going to add 5 over. I get x equals 5. So pretty much what's happening is that you're switching your signs. So it was positive, now it's negative. Was negative, now it's positive. I'm looking at the exponent. So the exponent says I have a double root on both negative 3 and 5. So what that means is that if I square x plus 3, that's x plus 3 times x plus 3. And if I square x minus 5, that's x minus 5, x minus 5. And so I have 4 roots, but 2 of them are repeated. So x equals negative 3 is a double root, and x equals 5 is a double root. And so since I have 4 roots, that means I have an even function. And so if it's even and it's positive, I don't have a negative out front, so it's a positive even. That means on this side, the ends of my functions are both facing up. The double tells me that I have a bounce. On the x-axis. So it touches at negative 3 and it bounces back up. It touches at 5 and it bounces back up. And somehow in the middle they connect. There's a little hump in the middle. And so on number 2, I have a root at negative 2, and there's a 3, so there's a triple.
Making sure you see here.
So number 2 is a triple root at negative 2. And so with triples, there's a kind of wiggle that happens as you cross through your root. And so if I have a triple, I have one root 3 times. 3 is an odd number, so I have an odd function. And there's a negative. It's a negative odd. So negative odd functions start the left side above the root, and they go below the root on the right. So it's kind of a wiggle that happens as you pass through your root. So then number 3, I have a negative and I have x, x, x. So I have 3 x's. So again, I have a negative odd function. So the x tells me I have a 0, I have a root at 0. And have one at negative 1 and one at positive 3. So negative odd starts above on the left, below on the right. So it crosses at 0, and then it crosses at 3. So then number 4, I have 4 single roots. So that's an even. There's not a negative in front, so it's a positive even. So -4, -2, 1, and +4. So it starts on the left above, on the right above, and it crosses at 4, comes up and hits at 2, goes above, hits 1, goes below, and then it crosses again at 4. So it has a little W. The number 5, I have 3 roots. -4, 1, +2. I don't have a negative, so it's a positive. I have 3, so it's a positive odd. So it starts below, it ends up going up. So somewhere in the middle, it connects. And it just passes through each root. So number 6, x, I have a 0, then I have -2, and there's a 2 on it, so it's a double. And then I have 1. So 0, -2, and 1. And it's a negative. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a negative even. So it starts below on the right, and it's going to stay below on the left, or the left and then the right. So at -2, it's a double, so it's going to bounce, then curve back up and hit at 0 and go above, and then come down and hit 1. So it has a little bit of a W thing happening, but it it bounces, and then it goes up above the x-axis, and it comes back down below the x-axis. So then number 7, I have a negative. I have 1, 2, 3, so I have a negative odd. So -3, 1, and 3. So it crosses over here at -3, at 1, and at 3. So negative odd starts above on the left and ends up below on the right. So crossed, comes up and hits at 1, hits at 3, and goes below. The number 8, I have a triple at -3. And then I have 1 at 2. So I have 3, and then 1, so that's an even. And it's positive. So -3 and 2. I'm going to start above on the 3, and it's going to wiggle as it goes through. And then somewhere over here it crosses at 2. So it has a little bit of wiggle, and then it comes back up. And then number 9, I have a double at 1. And then a single at -3. And it's a positive odd. So I'm going to start below, cross, and then it's going to bounce at 1 and go up. And then 10, I have a single at 0 and a triple at 3. And it's a negative even. Because I have a triple and a single, so I have 4. 4 is an even number. And so it's going to start below, hit at 0, come up, and it's going to wiggle as it goes through 3.